All right, everyone. Welcome to the Strong Life Academy. It is August 16th. What's going on, Zach? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. It was a pretty hectic day. So we were supposed to hop on at 8:30. My daughter had a private tennis lesson. And man, it's just craziness. So I hear the family just got home. I drove there separately and left a little bit ahead of them. But man, craziness. We're ready to crush it. We got a lot of stuff that we got to cover. And a book I want to recommend. I posted a little bit, The 50th Law with Robert Greene and 50 Cent. Just reading the intro is so powerful with taking action. I've been reading that and Dan Kennedy's No BS Wealth Attraction. Very old book. I must have read that 15 years ago. Amazing books.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think we lost you just for that last part.
Whoops. So I said the two books I'm reading, No BS Wealth Attraction. I read that probably, man, about 15 years ago, and I'm rereading it. And I like to read those books when I'm about to go to bed. My goal, this was always kind of like my rule since I started reading in my early 20s, like every night. It was like, just read 2 pages because it takes 5 minutes. So if you're exhausted, you read 2 pages of a book that's kind of inspiring, not so much like a technical book that makes you think too much, but one that inspires you and, a little, woo-woo stuff, but you go to sleep with very powerful thoughts.
That's excellent. That's excellent. I definitely have to take a look at that book.
It's great.
That's good times. I'm putting that. Hey, Zach, do you mind putting the name and author in the chat, by the way?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So as Zach's doing that, we're going to remember, guys, this is about you. So we're going to be talking about some questions that we've got in the email. We're going to talk sticking points for you guys. And let's get into it, and it's going to be good stuff right there. Thanks, Zach.
I wonder if I can.
We'll make sure that we link
my phone and stuff.
Say it again. I'm sorry, Zach.
I'm wondering if I should try doing this Hangout through my phone. I wonder if the connection will be better. But next time I might test.
You want to change it now?
Nah, I'm good to go. Is anybody live?
Got it. No one's live, but we got a lot of questions via email, but no live watchers right now.
Okay. I think when I do video, it's just super slow.
So that could change.
It freezes a lot. Should we?
Let's see what's going on with so cool. So
should we Doc, should we set off
the chat? You should be able to see this too, Zach. This is from Ellie. The question in the chat.
Hey Doc, I'm just shutting off my video to see if it speeds up our connection.
Okay.
Try.
Not a problem. Is that connection better for you, Zach?
Yeah, but I feel like we're freezing. We're like, there's a delay.
What I can do is I can ask the question and then I'll allow the lag and then you can answer first and we'll make sure that we don't have that choppy talking over each other. How about that?
Yeah. Do you want to try cutting your video or no?
You know what? That's a good question. Let me do that too. You're going to see my profile picture in a second. Let's see.
It's like the dot. What's that from that early days? Like I forget what Lee Hazard.
Yep. Let me see if I can do that. This is okay. Present to everyone. profile. 1 second. Try and turn off my video. Okay. You good?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So real quick, I'm gonna ask the question and then we'll go from there. So this is from Ellie. She asks, my question is about offering discounts to new members. I don't feel it's essential, and I have actually always felt it's unfair to current members who are paying the full price for the same service.
Yeah.
And she goes into explaining, am I missing out on getting new people through the door? We have tried a 7 days for $7 campaign before, and we got nothing. We also no longer offer free trials only. Am I missing a large audience that would sign up after a free trial? So what do you think, Zach?
So a couple things. So I agree that when you're doing those discounts, you're like, well, why are they getting the discount? What did they do that allows them to earn that discount? So if somebody does get a discount, with me, I train athletes, not the adults. So, but if it's a team, if it's 6 or more people, they're going to get a discount. And really, I've tried making it 8 people, 10 people, but man, it's tricky getting those people to sign up. I think the $7 for 7 days, it sounds very fishy to me. Like, to me, it's so cheap. It's 7 days. I've mentioned my friend Callie does $21 for 21 days. The other one that would be a good one is you do a 30-day intro at $97 or $99 a month, and that kind of 2-digit number flies under their radar, doesn't stress them out. And so you could do that as a 30-day intro, and then from there, it auto-renews at the full price, whatever that full price would be. And then you've got to constantly experiment. But 7 days for $7, it almost sounds like a clickbait kind of thing. Like, it just sounds very tricky. And I think by doing a 21-day or 30-day thing, you could automate and systematize it better. So, okay, I'm doing 30 days, or I'm doing 28 days. I'm going to start it on the first Tuesday of the month. So that means 10 days out, I'm going to run Facebook ads, or I'm going to really kick in the internal marketing and the internal referral system to get our members to bring a friend or a family member. So, Ellie, you're more, you're.
I like that.
Yeah, you're Matt. Like, I feel you, because Ellie, she's a competitive weightlifter, so she's got that kind of intensity about her, and it's hard sometimes to relate to a quote unquote normal person when you are a competitor. For me, I even sometimes say, man, maybe I'm not even the best guy to coach, because I'm like, get disappointed when people eat 2 meals instead of 3 meals by 3 o'clock. Like, I'm so want everybody to be great, and you got to learn to kind of, like, I hate to say it, learn to lower your expectations. So I like what you're doing, full commitments, no trial. I do a one-time trial, but I think for adults, you could definitely do a 28-day intro. You could call it like a 28-day kickstart. So it's like introductory exercises, introduction, nutrition guidelines, and basically it's kind of like user-friendly, so to speak. Now, if somebody feels like, hey, I'm coming from another gym, then you could always have like I remember seeing this with CrossFit many moons ago. They would do like a testing procedure, and they still had to pay for it because they were using your time. So let's say I call up Ellie's gym and I say, well, I've been training CrossFit for so long, or I've been weightlifting, so I don't think I'm a good fit for the beginner. Well, they see that they could do the testing, so basically it was like they had to do a full clean, a snatch, a back squat, a deadlift with a flat back, and you just put those testing markers and they block out, 40 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever you think you need. And if they test through that stuff, they go right into your program, If not, then the beginner does the, 28 days for $97, something like that. Because then they got skin in the game. $7, think about it, guys. Like a 7-year-old has $7. It just doesn't sound right. So when you are marketing, you've got to make it sound attractive. It's called, an irresistible offer. Irresistible offer is basically you pile on the value. You're going to sign up. You're going to have a welcome book. You're going to have nutrition guidelines. There's going to be, a shirt. You just pile on this added value so that it basically people look at it and say, man, I got to be part of this thing. So that's what I would do.
Exactly. And just to be clarifying for everyone, so for instance, they have this whole process. You would discourage having a free, have them have skin in the game, and then transition right into your regular programming. Is that correct?
Right. So when they're done, they go right into, regular membership. And then, on your website, you can have that where it says, first month is $97. Then it auto renews. You could say, hey, if you want to cancel, you have to give us 1 week notice. And if it's, I don't know, it sounds like this is more of a fitness class, not a weightlifting team. For my athletes, I do a 3-month minimum. But I believe in the last video we posted, Doc, I mentioned that Chris Cooper was talking about his gym. He's out in Canada, and he said he removed everything that might be an obstacle. He goes, so I just went with one membership price. Everything is monthly. There's no 3-month, 6-month, 12-month, and everything's unlimited. He goes, so I made it a no-brainer.
Excellent. Just makes them slide right into the right programming. Okay.
Yeah, they're not like, I think in the day and age where stuff is very, all this technology, things are so complicated, I think that simplicity is going to be kind of a powerful attractor factor, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Zach, actually, this was brought up earlier today with one of the students talking about finding ways to market themselves in different cities. Do you have any experience using ClassPass or anything like that?
No, what's ClassPass?
ClassPass, okay, so it's everything that Groupon did wrong, so to speak, they say. So Groupon, obviously, they're giving you a discount to the class. ClassPass is trying to have a holistic view of different memberships in your gyms all around the area. So it's allowing you to take either, like, if you're going for mobility, you're going to the best yoga studio across town. And then for high intensity, you can bundle it with a CrossFit class. And then also, and it goes with Soul Cycle, all these different things. And so people can go around town for memberships, but still their premium membership to try different ones, it's still $105 a month to try different ones, but you're part of that group, so you're in that self-discovery kind of thing.
Right, so they're kind of bouncing around. They're almost like a gym whore. Like, to me,
yeah,
it sounds like, I recall people that were using Groupon were really not getting quality, members. Those people were bailing out. They always, can't afford this or that, but they got a $60,000 car and a brand new iPhone. And, I'm more of like, I want quality people coming in, and you want to have some takeaway marketing, meaning you don't want to be for everybody. You want to sometimes have a hold on your membership. You want to sometimes limit the class size or offer a specialty class just for men, just for women, just for a certain, weightlifting, powerlifting, and you want to do takeaway. It's really, it's like the old school thing where you're like, hey man, you like that boy, you like that girl, you don't call them. and then they start wanting to find out what you're doing. And today I was thinking to myself, when I first opened the warehouse of the Underground Strength Gym, you know, I was also a teacher, but I limited membership to 40 people. And when I hit 40, I put membership on hold. Now, back then, there wasn't, you know, a quote unquote strength coach every 2 minutes on every corner. There was certainly something special about it. But, you know, bottom line is, if you're for everyone, you are for no one. And if you start getting involved with all that discount stuff, you know, a discount shopper for their health. Think about it. It's just, you know, I think, you know, coaches who are desperate and don't understand marketing, they kind of become the worst enemy to other coaches because they become commodities. They create like price competition. Who could be the cheapest? I mean, it's kind of, it works against everything you got. People who pay attention and they take shit seriously. That's just the bottom line, guys. So I'm not a fan of Groupon or, you know, come here, but try the other 5 things. Like in the town I'm living, there's like a bicycle thing. There's a CrossFit. There's like a general fitness. There's like a senior citizen fitness. There's a private one-on-one trainer. I mean, you know, they're going to be going to all these, you know, I don't know how much shit people could do. I think you're going to waste money, waste time, waste energy doing something like that.
Agreed. Because if you spend your time getting, like you mentioned, it's not allowing you to grow your tribe.
Yeah.
Or that quality of tribe, because they're still not going to be committed to you.
You're letting anybody in there. Think about Fight Club. You know, people had to stand out on the porch, and there's got to be something special about what happens at your place. You know, I've been reading up on Robert Greene, you know, 48 Laws of Power. And, you know, his work is so powerful that he doesn't even, you know, do blog posts. He doesn't do videos. Like here and there, he'll do a podcast. But other people created like Twitter accounts for each of his books to just put out quotes and stuff like that. And that's something to really aspire to become at least slightly like that, where, you know, I use Facebook ads, but not too much. And I've just always found that it's just the wrong people find out about it through Facebook ads. Now, I've got friends that crush it with Facebook ads. That's why I always say you have to test. You got to test things.
Sounds good. That's excellent. Real quick too, let's talk about batching and creating content like it. So a couple people in the Academy have asked, I just don't have enough time to create enough content. I'm too overwhelmed. Yep. Can we delve into that a little bit, Zach?
So I've mentioned this before about just doing one thing a day. So if I am coaching at the gym, then I'm going to get a photo or a 30 to 60 second video that goes on Instagram that also goes on Facebook. You want to use both photos and videos because you got to remember, people are checking this stuff out at work, so they may not be able to have the volume on to watch your video. You could take those videos, every 2 to 4 videos, and just string them together and put them on YouTube. Okay, and you could title them like, Doc, you're in Baltimore, I think.
Yep, right outside Baltimore.
Right.
Yep.
I would title it something like Baltimore CrossFit Challenge. Baltimore Fitness Training, Baltimore Strength and Conditioning, Baltimore Fat Loss, Baltimore Exercise Tips. Stuff together like that, and all you got to do is one thing a day. And let's say I'm not at my gym. Well, I could just go on the Instagram and do a strong life tip of the day. So if you guys are gonna, instead of getting overwhelmed, just use Facebook or just use the one media where you find your members and prospects hang out, or even ask them. Send them an email, or don't even send them an email. Every class, just say, hey guys, I want to start like putting out tips every day. You guys want me to do video, photo, or a short post? What would you prefer it on? And are you on Facebook? They'll talk it up. They'll tell you what they want to hear. And then you'll do nutrition. I mean, all it takes is one thing, guys, and that's 100% more than zero. I'm not going to make it any more complicated than that. Then when you have, a couple videos, you could just string them together. And this guy just came to my gym last week. Justin runs a company called Monkey Reel Media. We should definitely get
him.
You know him?
Yeah, we were at the 2016 Pro Summit in Toronto together.
So
barbell business, and out in Cali and in Toronto too.
Yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, it's for people that are saying, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. So if you take video footage, no matter how it looks, you upload it to their thing. You're on like a monthly membership. There was different levels, and then they'll send you videos edited for you to upload. They'll like do the whole kind of thing for you. So there's that option. Or, like, guys, it doesn't have to be that flashy. Like, the guy who's like all over YouTube, Ty Lopez, he always does it by holding like a selfie stick. So it's not, he makes it so real that I think people connect to it. So that's it. Do one thing a day, one photo or one video a day. And the other cool thing is once you get a bunch of them up, like today, I wasn't at the gym and to get a lot of photos. I went on my Instagram, but I reshared something from a couple days ago. So once you are kind of like bringing up a lot of content, you just reshare it every couple days. You hear me?
Just for a second. You hear me?
Yeah. So I was saying, you could just, every couple days go back and reshare something. So today's Wednesday, go back and reshare something that you had posted on Monday. One thing a day is 100% more than zero.
Excellent. Zach, this is actually, I haven't put it together as an article, but took your advice. This happened the other week to make a book. And so I just went to a site. Well, I recorded myself talking for 50 minutes, had someone transcribe it for $20, made it an EPUB, and put it up on Amazon in 72 hours. That was the challenge. I did it in 72 hours. And really, guys, like Zach's saying, put a schedule, challenge yourself, and you would be amazed how much content you can produce. You already have the knowledge. You already have the ability to structuring yourself and not doing it on a whim, but really do it like a job.
Yeah, and let me pull devil's advocate here. I've done these groups many times before. I've been doing them since I moved, even before I moved here. So let's just say I've been running like mastermind groups and coaching groups, man, let's just say 10 years. And I'm always amazed, and I'm gonna, push some buttons with you guys. Like, there'll be like coaches who are supposed to provide for their family, food on the table, and you give them the information, and then they just keep coming up with excuses. And they're like, I just need to talk to you. And then you talk to them, and you're like, all right, this is all the stuff I posted in the group, and you're just deciding not to do it. And, if I had a gun to your head and said, you need to get 50 members by the end of this month, yeah, you'd figure shit out. You would start speaking at your town's chamber. You would do a special offer to the chamber. You'd go to the elementary school PTOs in the town and the surrounding towns. You'd go to every salon by foot, and you'd offer gift cards, $50 gift cards for people to apply for their first month membership or to gift to other people. You would contact the local newspaper. You would do a fundraiser boot camp every Saturday morning where you have to bring one canned good, and you would contact the local newspaper about that. Then you would contact a TV station about it. You would go on Craigslist, or you would find an intern who will come and take photos and videos for free, and that's their internship to build their right. Like, you would find shit to do. And I think that the bottom line is we're in this world where like people are so comfortable that they're scared to be awesome. So we've even had a couple people drop out, and really it's because they're not just fucking going hardcore doing the shit we're telling them to, and we're not doing anything complicated. You know, it's just work, and you would have to work. You know, if you were a nurse, a teacher, a policeman, a chef, you would have to work. The problem about the entrepreneur is there's no set work hours. So you're kind of doing whatever you feel whenever you feel. And you lose a little, you lose your discipline that way. So that's really the bottom line. Don't make it more complicated. That's it.
Awesome. No, I think that's really good advice. And I'm not sure that because I only listen to a couple things in my car because I have horrible reception. But I was listening to a podcast called Future City. Have you ever heard of that?
What's it called? Future City?
Yeah, Future City. It's I don't know if PRX puts it out, but it always talks about education and how people learn and just trying to perspectives how society changes with knowledge and everything like that. This week they were talking about different institutions and how they teach others and stuff like that. So they were talking about Udacity and how they offer nano degrees and really how they partner with different people. But what's pretty crazy about it is that the percentage of ones that come into engineering, software with pretty much no degree. Some people are going through, obviously, their doctorates to get to Google and all these other things. There's these other kids, 14 and 15, taking these high and Google is snatching them up like when they're 16 and 17 because they're devoting themselves. The reason I bring that up is they're not limiting themselves and saying, well, I'm not at Harvard, I'm not at MIT, I can't. These are kids that have limited electricity a day, and they were taking these doctorate classes and doing these projects and finding a way for the situation.
Yeah, it's, the bottom line is like, we're spoiled, man. It's like, we're spoiled in this world. Comfort is the enemy. And you've got to, when you think your gym is pumping, that's exactly when you got to go and get even busier and do more work and make more shit happen. That's why I love the one thing a day, because it constantly moves you forward. Constantly.
Excellent. And if you can believe it, with just these two questions, Zach, we've gone 30 minutes.
Yeah, I could talk all day.
So, guys, I think this is actually a really good Q&A that goes along with this work of just it. You have to take action. That was the theme of this week. And the two, the one lesson, the special that Zach put out, guys, really take this to heart and make it actionable. Other lessons, go back where we were talking about, Zach was talking about how to make, the plan, using the whiteboard. Look at those things, and afterward, immediately into that action. And let us know where you end up. Let us know what happens when you take action this week.
Yep, post up, what's happening. And sometimes simple things like this, when I read a book, I go, okay, if you're going to read, you got to do something about it because you just picked up information. So take action. What I've picked up this week from No BS Wealth Attraction is the confidence factor and the never being ashamed to let people know what I do. Like, oh, I don't want to announce too much that I'm a strength coach and blah, blah, blah. Like, we tell people what you do and what, opportunities you are open. Just like restaurants are constantly marketing that they have food. Nobody complains about that, So, and then the 50th law, man, it's really just the intro fires you up, and it's essentially saying, like, be tougher, comfort is the enemy, and the obstacles standing in your way are essentially opportunities in hiding. And there's a great quote by a guy named Dan Sullivan, and he says, oftentimes the obstacles that are standing in your way are the raw materials you need to create more success and attract more success.
I love that. I love that. Very true. Oh, one last thing. I'm sorry. This is the last thing I say. I promise you. Have you read any of the books? The guy that did The Social Network.
Oh, I heard of that. The movie?
Yeah, he did them. That they wrote it off of his book. Let me see. The Social Network. Hold on 1 second. Social Network book. Hold on 1 second. This is important. This is why I bring it up. The guy that did this, as I'm pulling this up, a lot of people think that he's an overnight success. He has written 18 books, and only 2 books are well known. And so when he came out, and people were like, "Oh my goodness, he's a genius. He just stumbled upon it." He's like, "That was my 8th book." In poverty for 6 years before anyone knew.
Yeah.
So
I always joke. The joke is every overnight success story has a 10-year history.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, it does take a lot of work, but if you want it and you see your outcomes at the end, take charge of that and realize you're going to have to work through some things, and getting through that process is going to make your product or service even that much better.
Take
that to heart. And yeah, Zach, what are you thinking? Anything to end?
I think it's the constant overthinking and overcomplicating and waiting for things to be perfect. Little things like Ellie did a $7 for 7 days. You probably overthought that, and nobody's going to do that. Just sounds like too sketchy. Show that your place is, it's a place worthy of, of value, of investing time and finances and energy and so forth. And don't try to rewrite the script. Don't try to rewrite the blueprint for success. Go back to some of these old lessons and utilize that again. I'm sure there's been lessons where you didn't fully take action. So you got to make that shit happen. It's not going to be easy. And the fact that you're paying to be part of this group should make you, psychologically think, well, if my investment is $200 a month or $250 a month, you want to double that. And that's just basically picking up, 2 new members a month. You can make it happen. Make it happen.
Exactly. So guys, thank you so much for asking us questions. Still working hard on it. Give us updates on your projects. Let us know how we can help. Be back very soon.
Awesome. Talk to you guys soon.